Hello, dear listener. Take a deep breath in and let it fall slowly out. Another deep breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. As the air leaves your lungs, imagine it carrying away the weight of the day. The thoughts, the rush, the noise, all drifting outward like tiny motes of dust in a long shaft of golden light. Good. Now feel the bed beneath you, the surface supporting your body with perfect gentleness. The air around you is calm, still, and soft. And somewhere, far in the distance, a single bell chimes, low, slow, echoing across the quiet. You are safe here, you are meant to rest. And as you listen to my voice, your mind will settle, drifting easily, effortlessly, into calmness. With every word, your body becomes heavier, and your mind lighter, like an anchor dropping softly into deep water, while the waves above grow still. Let yourself sink deeper, and deeper, and deeper still. Now, as you relax, imagine a faint scent in the air, lavender and warm honey, a blend both ancient and familiar, whispering of candlelight and polished wood. The scent grows stronger as you drift toward it. It is the fragrance of peace, the smell of time itself being tended by careful hands. And so, our story today begins, in a place where time breathes slowly, and the night hums in gentle rhythm. Our story begins in the hush of a medieval abbey. The year is 1374. The world beyond the abbey walls is full of noise, horse hooves on cobblestones, church bells in the distant town, the echo of blacksmiths and merchants and rain. But within these walls, silence reigns. The abbey sits high on a hill above the small village of St. Ives. Its stones are pale and cold, worn smooth by centuries of prayer. And inside, where the candlelight trembles against old murals, a single man keeps vigil. Brother Anselm, the clockkeeper. He is a tall, gentle monk, with silver hair that curls near his temples and hands that have long forgotten the roughness of the world. His fingers are calloused but precise. They move like quiet thoughts, measured and slow. Every evening, after compline prayers are done, he walks the long corridor that leads to the bell tower. His footsteps fall softly upon the worn stone, and each step carries a small echo, like the ticking of an unseen heart. Up in the tower, a great wooden clock waits. It was built nearly 40 years ago, the pride of the abbey, one of the first in all of England to keep time by gears instead of sand or candle. The clock's face is round and pale, its hands painted with gold leaf that glimmers by torchlight. Behind it, the heart of the mechanism, gears of oak and iron, wheels that turn in perfect harmony. And Brother Anselm tends it like a garden. He keeps the gears clean, the wood polished, and the air perfumed with lavender and honey oil. He believes, as some monks once truly did, that pure scent keeps impure thoughts away, and that time, like a soul, can be made holy through care. Listen now to the sound of his work. The faint scrape of metal on wood, the slow click of teeth as the gears settle into place, the sigh of a flame as it bends in the draft. The room smells of beeswax and prayer. From the high windows, moonlight drips in silver puddles over the workbench, over the old monk's hands, over a leather-bound book filled with neat, tiny notes. He records each adjustment, each whisper of the clock's rhythm. For Brother Anselm believes that time speaks, not in words, but in breath. And if you listen closely enough, you can hear it dreaming. Sometimes at night, he stands still and simply listens. The tick, 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 steady and true, like the slow beating of the earth's heart. Outside, a wind moves through the cloister gardens, shifting the ivy and the herbs that grow along the walls. Lavender chamomile, angelica rue. Their scents drift upward through the stone slats of the tower, mixing with the warm smell of honey oil. The abbey sleeps, the monks are silent in their cells, and only Anselm and the clock remain awake, two keepers of the same gentle rhythm. Now, as you listen, let your own heartbeat align with the sound of that ancient clock. Tick and breathe in, talk and breathe out. Each sound draws you further into calmness, into stillness, into sleep's soft, waiting arms. In his younger years, Brother Anselm had been a scholar of astronomy. He studied the stars through a narrow slit of glass above the tower, mapping their movements to mark the seasons. But as his eyes grew dim and his hair turned pale, he found more comfort in the steady rhythm of the clock than in the shifting constellations above. "The stars are divine," he would whisper, But the clock reminds me that heaven can live in small earthly things.
Each hour he oils the mechanism anew using a mixture of beeswax, lavender, and honey. A blend he learned from an old Benedictine recipe. He dips the tip of a cloth into the bowl, wiping each gear as if blessing it. The scent fills the tower, warm, floral, golden. As he works, he hums an old psalm under his breath, the notes slow and unhurried, barely more than a murmur. The sound mingles with the ticking clock, and together they weave a lullaby for the night. Outside, the wind has quieted. Even the leaves seem to rest. The abbey walls hold their breath. Time itself pauses and exhales. Now, dear listener, take another deep breath. Let your chest rise and fall. Imagine that you are there, in the tower beside the monk. The candles flicker softly. The scent of honey and lavender wraps around you like a blanket. You can feel the faint vibration of the clock through the floor beneath your feet, a steady, reassuring pulse. And as you stand there, you realize that you too are part of the rhythm. Each heartbeat, each breath, each tiny moment turning, ticking, flowing. Soft pause. The hour nears midnight. Brother Anselm reaches for a brass key, the one that winds the clock's great spring. He turns it slowly, reverently. The sound is deep, like a sigh from within the earth. And when the final click echoes through the chamber, he steps back and listens once more. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The sound carries through the corridors, through the cloisters, through the sleeping abbey. A song of perfect time. A voice lowers to a whisper. And somewhere beyond the walls, a nightingale begins to sing. Its song mingles with the clock's heartbeat, and for one endless moment, the world feels still. Perfectly still, perfectly at peace.
Soft rhythmic tone, as if speaking beside a quiet fire. The hour hand rests between the 12th mark and the 1st, midnight. A faint tremor hums through the air, not a loud sound, but a whisper, like the hush that follows prayer. Brother Anselm tilts his head. He listens. Tick, tock, tick, but something feels different tonight. A tiny hesitation, a heartbeat too slow, as if time itself had taken one careful breath and decided to wait. He smiles faintly, not with worry, but with wonder. For to him, the clock is not merely a machine, it is a living companion. And like all living things, it sometimes sighs. He leans close to the great gear, presses his ear to the polished wood. The surface is warm from candlelight, smooth beneath his fingertips. He closes his eyes, listens again. Tick, tock. And beneath the rhythm, he hears something softer still. A low resonance, a faint hum, almost like a voice buried inside the brass. He does not fear it. He has heard it before. Long ago, when the clock was first built, its maker, an old craftsman from Bruges, spoke of this sound. The heart of every clock, he had said, is not made of metal or wood, but of breath. It remembers the rhythm of its maker's soul. Brother Anselm believed him, for how else could time move with such grace? He opens a small wooden box near the workbench. Inside lie vials of oil, brushes, a bit of parchment wrapped in linen. He unwraps it carefully, revealing faint ink lines, a sketch of the clock's inner heart. The parchment smells faintly of myrrh and cedar. He runs a finger along the diagram, tracing each curve. The wind outside rustles again through the cloister garden, bringing with it the cool scent of chamomile and rain. The storm that had been whispering all day is finally arriving. Raindrops begin to fall, slow at first, then more steadily, each one tapping softly against the stained glass windows of the tower. The sound merges with the ticking clock, two rhythms blending into one. Tick, drip, tock, drip. It is the music of the world at rest. Brother Anselm sets down the parchment and lights another candle. Its flame sways, casting golden ripples across the gears. He whispers a short prayer, not to fix the clock, but to honor it. Benedict tempus, he murmurs, bless the time. He begins to wind the smaller wheels, gentle, careful motions as though soothing a restless child. The faint hum grows steady again, the rhythm settling into its natural flow. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Peace returns. He exhales deeply. The flame flickers and the scent of beeswax fills the air once more. For a long moment he simply stands there, watching the shadows move across the stone walls. He thinks of how many nights this tower has seen, how many centuries of quiet devotion and the endless turning of the world beyond. In his mind's eye, he sees monks of old, kneeling, chanting, walking these same corridors with the same humble purpose. And in the silence, it feels as though they are still here, their prayers echoing faintly, woven into the ticking of the clock. Time does not take them away, he thinks. It keeps them near. And below in the dormitory, the other brothers dream. One murmurs softly in sleep. Another turns in his cot. A candle gutters low in the hallway. And somewhere beyond the cloister, a stream runs over smooth stones, its voice mingling with the rain. Every sound is gentle, every motion slow. The whole abbey breathes in rhythm, a great living body resting in divine slumber. Brother Anselm steps to the narrow window. He pushes it open a little. Cool air rushes in, carrying the scent of rain and wild thyme. The raindrops kiss his face. He smiles. The village below glows faintly with lantern light. Smoke curls from chimneys, and the roofs gleam wet in the moon's reflection. He whispers to himself, as if to the world beyond, even the sky keeps time. The clouds drift slowly eastward, the stars sliding behind them like shy pilgrims. He turns back to his bench, but something catches his eye, a glimmer among the gears. He leans closer. There, tucked between two cogs, is a small, delicate feather. Pale, almost translucent. He knows it must have come from the doves that nest beneath the roof beams. Still, it feels significant. He picks it up, holds it between finger and thumb. It quivers faintly as if stirred by a breath unseen. For a moment, the clock's ticking seems to match the beating of his heart exactly, perfectly synchronized. He closes his eyes and a feeling of deep, timeless calm washes over him. It is as though the universe itself has paused to listen. Now, dear listener, take another slow breath. In and out. Imagine the feather, weightless, luminous, floating through the tower's air. Each turn of the clock's gears moves it gently, guiding it in slow spirals toward the open window.
Out it drifts, into the night, into the falling rain carried by the rhythm of time. And as it vanishes into the silver mist, Brother Anselm feels a single tear form at the corner of his eye. Not of sorrow, but of peace. He wipes it away with a soft smile. Even a feather, he whispers, can keep the measure of time. The bell above him stirs, the great bronze voice of the abbey. Slowly he pulls the rope. The bell's first note blooms in the air, low and golden, rolling through the night like thunder's gentle cousin. It is not a call to prayer. It is a lullaby for the world. The sound travels down the hill, through the sleeping village, across the quiet fields, reaching even the shepherds half dreaming in their huts. Each toll a heartbeat, each vibration a sigh. Brother Anselm listens until the last echo fades. Then he closes the window. The rain has slowed. The candles burn low. He sits by the workbench, folds his hands, and lets his eyes drift closed. The ticking clock becomes distant, like a sound beneath water. He breathes once more, deeply, slowly, and lets himself rest. One voice lowers to a murmur, and as you listen, you too may feel that same soft pull, as if the slow rhythm of the clock is calling your thoughts to stillness. Let your mind follow the sound, down, deeper, until each breath feels lighter, and the world grows quiet. Low, velvety tone, the pace of breathing while half asleep. The night drifts onward, thin as silk, wrapped around the abbey like a cloak. Hours pass unnoticed. The candles gutter out one by one until only the faint red heart of a single wick glows. Brother Anselm sleeps sitting upright at his bench, his hands folded loosely, his head bowed. The clock continues its steady work. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Each sound a pulse, each pulse a breath, keeping the hush alive. Outside, the rain slows to a mist. The sky beyond the window begins to pale, not with sunrise yet, but with that colorless hush that comes just before it, when the world seems to hold its breath. From the courtyard, a dove coos once, shaking droplets from its wings. The sound stirs the monk's dreaming mind. He dreams he is walking through the cloister garden. The herbs are taller than ever before, lavender brushing his shoulders, chamomile glowing faintly as if kissed by starlight. In the dream, time itself blooms like a flower. Each petal opens with a soft click, the same sound as the clock's gears. And within the flower's center, a small golden pendulum swings, casting gentle waves through the air. He reaches toward it, but before he can touch it, a voice whispers from nowhere and everywhere at once. Do not hold time. Only listen. He wakes with the words still echoing in his ears. The tower is gray with morning light. Dew clings to the window frame, sparkling faintly. For a moment, he wonders if he imagined the whisper. Then he realizes the clock is still ticking perfectly, its rhythm flawless once again. He exhales in relief, and yet something feels changed, not in the clock but in himself. He rises slowly, his joints creaking like old wood. He lights the small brazier by his bench, drops in a few curls of dried lavender. They hiss, release a soft plume of smoke. The scent fills the chamber, sweet, herbal, ancient. It wraps around him, and his thoughts begin to quiet once more. As he stretches, his gaze drifts to the window. Outside, the horizon glows pale gold. The first sunbeams slide down the valley, gilding the wet roofs of the village. Tiny figures appear far below. Villagers carrying baskets, farmers leading donkeys through the mist. He watches them move slowly, peacefully, like parts of one great clock, each person a gear turning in perfect grace. He smiles. The world keeps its own time, he murmurs. He descends the narrow stairs. The stones are cool beneath his sandals, worn hollow by centuries of passing feet. With each step downward, the ticking fades. Not gone, only softer, as though time itself is walking beside him. In the refectory, morning light spills through the arches. Other monks gather for prayer. They bow their heads, voices rising in low, even chant. The sound rolls through the hall, gentle as wind in tall grass. Anselm joins them, his voice blending with theirs, his thoughts still full of lavender smoke and golden gears. After the service, he walks through the cloister garden. The herbs glisten with dew. Valerian nods in the breeze, and bees drowse among the blossoms. He kneels to brush his fingers across the wet leaves, feeling the coolness seep into his skin. He remembers when he planted these rows decades ago. Each herb for a different need: peace, clarity, healing, rest. He breathes in deeply. The scent of the garden seems to mingle with the rhythm still pulsing faintly in his chest. Tick, tock, breathe, rest.